Hello and welcome to CineQuest Video. Today we are going to be talking about the movie Under Siege.
The movie,
And
the myth, the experience.
the man, Steven Seagal. We recently did a reaction to him, and I figured we should really talk about in depth somewhat one of Steven Seagal's highest or the highest rated movie.
Yeah, it is.
On IMDb
Only
for Steven
and
Seagal.
the best movie he ever did.
And I will disagree with you on that, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh my God, you horrible fuck. How dare you?
Right now, I believe Under Siege sits at a 6.5 on IMDb, which is the highest rated Steven Seagal movie. It pretty much just dips from there. Every movie after that.
You mean
hits
Under
like,
Siege 2 wasn't the hit that we all expected it to be as children?
No, to be honest with you, I've never seen Under Siege 2.
Oh, it's like...
I hear it's terrible.
Yeah, well, you know, all of his movies are, but...
I wouldn't say that. That's a bit of a stretch.
There are relatively different, subtle flavors, variances of terrible, Ray. And
I'll be honest with you. I think
maybe you have yet to experience them all.
I haven't.
I've seen many a Seagal flick. Forgotten.
I've seen primarily more of his earlier stuff
flick.
Previous to this movie.
Sure.
And I'm a bit partial to like Hard to Kill and Above the Law. I feel like they have more aggressive characters in there as opposed to this one. I mean, we do have some.
As opposed to this one.
Yeah.
The three assholes like of
the triad of asshole.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck of the apocalypse? What do you call these? Fucking. You've got Seagal. You got Turdy Lee Jones.
Did you say Turdy Lee Jones?
Yes, I did.
Two-Face Lee Jones.
That's right. He's two-facing it up. This is proto Two-Face.
I could kind of see that version whenever he goes crazy in this movie.
That's all it is, where he does that, like he's trying to, like Tommy Lee Jones is trying to be Christopher Walken, doing a Christopher Walken impression or something like.
But I could see where he grabbed that Two-Face character from.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's just he has a gun here and he's almost wielding it wildly.
It's got one side of his face. They put the makeup on to make him look normal, and the other side of his face, they just leave it alone.
Left it alone.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger and I did kind of see bits and snippets of this movie, for some reason I thought the person who was playing which is Stranix, his character, was a bit of a younger character. But then when I was watching it again these past 2 days, I was like, Tommy Lee Jones is old as fuck, and like he doesn't fit that vibe that he's trying to give off.
The murder hippie, crazy murder hippie. I don't know what the hell to fucking call him.
He looks like a narc, like a guy who's undercover.
I'm not a cop. What's up, fellow kids, fellow druggers?
I'm so hip. I play the harmonica.
Who wants some of their marijuana today? Got me a little. Gather around, buddies.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I didn't know though. Like, I loved watching it because I was just like, yeah, he's being kooky and weird. He's, actually kind of like that. It's not really a thing, and it's like,
well, I mean,
cool.
Tommy Lee Jones, that I was more familiar with him as far as he was Two-Face.
Yeah,
and he was also
a lot of things.
The guy from The Fugitive, the cop from The Fugitive.
Mm-hmm.
He was always old to me.
Yes,
he was always an old man.
Yep. Pretty much. He's always looked like a burnt piece of shit.
He's just got a lot of wrinkles.
Yeah.
Like he's just wrinkled like as fuck.
I think, what was it? I mean, he's just like, I don't know, the living embodiment of like the surface of the moon kind of thing. His face is just...
Crater face?
Yeah. Something like that. Some kind of like... I don't know, Eddie James Olmos tribute band. You know, he could be like Eddie James Olmos tribute band.
He could be Edward James Olmos like half brother. You know.
Yeah, if that weren't a cool thing,
less
that
cratered.
Would be less cratered. Let me see, less Lee Jones,
Leslie Jones.
Ooh, fucking Gary Busey. And then the Seagal himself. It's
that is the triad of asshole.
Yeah,
in this movie, and they do play the assholes pretty well.
They do. What are some of the little stupid things that we got here? I mean, like
Yeah, we do have like
fucking.
We'll get to some scenes from this movie, and
so
hear the
like
clips and stuff like that.
You gotta. How many times do they say that Ryback is just a cook? I'm just a cook. He's a goddamn cook.
He says it himself.
Cook. Yeah.
Even when also starring Erika Eleniak. I only know her from Baywatch, and she played the girl from Beverly Hills.
The other girl from. Oh yeah, that's right. She was.
She was the daughter of.
Well, yeah, the daughter. I was trying to remember her name.
I forget the name though. Yeah.
Something hot as hell.
I was as a kid. I was obsessed.
Oh yeah,
I was obsessed with her kind of.
I mean, kind of. She was kind of hot. She still kind of is.
Well, this was kind of like a forbidden fruit movie for me because I knew she got shorter boobs, and I was not allowed to see that scene.
Oh, it was the best part.
I was not allowed to see that
it's only a few seconds, and then we're just like, eh.
It's unnecessary.
You can't stop me.
It's a completely unnecessary scene.
I think it's just enough necessary.
No, that
for a little kid.
The amount of unnecessary scenes in this movie is ridiculous.
The amount of barely tolerable bullshit that
this movie runs in like about an hour 42.
Yeah, it almost starts to drag in a bit up there. I mean,
yeah.
Speaking of drag, I just switched to the one scene here with Gary Busey, who couldn't be more horrifying on his own. Dropping, a setting of hoo-has.
Speaking of unnecessary scenes, Gary Busey
right at the top. Oh, it just gives me like
that was hard to watch.
I imagine what acid reflux.
And I'm thinking to myself,
in my heart,
were they deliberately trying to show Gary Busey as like he's just crazy, as opposed to just like.
You mean he volunteered to dress up like
he did volunteer
like that?
To dress up like that.
Is that what you mean?
He did.
And it wasn't even a part of the scene. He thought it was his idea. Is that what you mean? Yeah, that sounds like a Buseyism.
Yeah, absolutely.
That does sound like a Buseying.
So this movie does star, like we said, Steven Seagal, Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey, Erika Eleniak, some other people, and a movie I just recently rewatched for like the 100th time, Damien Chapa from Blood In, Blood Out. He's billed on the very top. Like he's billed like in this movie as someone who's actually does anything.
Yeah, but
there's more people in this movie that does more than that guy.
Oh yeah,
he literally has like probably 5 minutes of screen
I was
time.
gonna say like 2 scenes or something maybe or what.
Well, he has a few, but he just like there's a few where he just smiles and looks into the camera, and then creepily touches the screen when Erika Eleniak, Jordan Tate comes onto the boat and like she's walking. Where the hell is the camera that's getting a close up of her tits on the ship? I don't know.
He's holding it.
But he's like in the fucking inside staring at a TV, and he literally puts his hand on top of the TV and looks at it creepily.
I don't know.
He's like obsessed.
They're all, he's obsessed.
He's obsessed.
Okay, gotcha.
Well,
what a creep.
He is being a creep.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact,
I'm just catching up there.
There's a scene where he refuses to go and like help out to defeat these terrorists.
Yeah, they probably couldn't get the lighting right for his face.
He volunteers to just stay back and take care of her.
Yeah,
when she's already like magically gained the confidence to go and fight with Seagal.
No, she can't fight with Seagal. She's got to stay back and.
But she does though. She leaves with
exactly.
him.
Oh, well,
she is right up on his fucking waist. The butthole.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oof.
But there's a point where he doesn't even know how to use a gun, and he's in the Navy.
Oh, are we still talking about what's his face?
Yeah, Damien Chapa.
Yeah. I don't remember much of that. I was mostly thinking of when Seagal has the 2 submachine guns that he crosses over and just
Well, we'll get to his starts to his fighting and gunshot knife wielding skills.
Gunchata.
But I the reason I bring him up is because like he's in there and
it's fresh in your mind.
He's not
little pretty boy.
He's an unnecessary
Blood
character.
In, Blood Out.
He's an unnecessary character. He does nothing in this movie.
More than one way and more than one role.
Yeah,
I think
he's literally
I
just
think he should have stopped.
background.
He should have stopped after. Well, actually, when did Street Fighter come out? Was that like 90?
I think it was probably after this.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I was gonna say like that should have been his last. Like probably his last.
Well, I mean, this was like 92.
This was like 90. Yeah,
it was 92. I don't know the directors or the writers of this film.
No, me neither.
They did a mediocre job.
They did well. Like they did a mediocre, the best of the mediocre jobs of.
I would say it does
Seagal
fit a Seagal
flicks,
movie
apparently.
fairly well, considering it seems like Steven Seagal may have taken a few pointers.
Acting lessons.
Not acting. He doesn't know how to
No.
act like at all.
They didn't let him. They were like, "Don't run down any scenes," and he finally listened. He's like, "Oh, I can't fight it."
Well, I think it
like that anymore.
it has to do with the fact that Steven Seagal at some point starts writing his own movies and gets them funded,
Yeah.
and how terrible those are.
Andrew Davis is the director.
And did you say Diaz? It's Davis.
No, I said Davis.
Oh, I thought I heard Diaz.
No, Ray.
Go to his filmography. What has he written?
I didn't know.
Oh, he did Above the Law.
Chain Reaction.
There you go.
Collateral Damage.
The Fugitive. Wow.
The Fugitive. All right.
Let me see. Story Island. Never seen it. Final Terror. No. Code of Silence. No. Above the Law. Yes.
Holes. I
Under
hear
Siege, yes.
things about Holes. Never.
That's the kids movie.
Is it? I
The
think.
Nickelodeon fucking movie.
Yeah, it is. Oh, so this was his fifth movie. Oh, sixth.
And I'm assuming second with Steven Seagal and last. I don't know if Collateral Damage is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of the movies. The Final Terror, The Package, The Fugitive, The Guardian.
What about the guy who wrote the movie?
Whoop. I don't know. What about that genius?
This was the director, right?
Yeah, that was the director. This guy's the
J.F.
writer.
Lawton. Is he wearing like a fucking those Hardy shirts? He looks like the kind of guy.
I hope not.
He's friends with Zach Bagans
Oh.
or Chris Angel.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Bam Margera.
Or that too. He's got that fucking hemogram, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh god.
The heartogram,
yeah,
sorry.
It's the heartogram. No, it's funny or worse when you say the hemogram.
It might as well be the hemogram.
It
right?
is. That's what we're gonna call it from now whenever we refer to this. Ew. No, I don't really see much.
That's
wait,
strange.
I see a blank man credit. Yep, we co-wrote.
Oh, he co-wrote. Oh, well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What?
That's a great movie.
Worked with
He did some of the Howard Stern show. The Adventures of Fart Man.
Gross. I mean, of course he did. God damn it. Wait, did he work on Under Siege 2?
Did he really?
Maybe. Executive producer credits. Under Siege, serve film stars, student, whatever review, blah, 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 blah. So
It just says a successful sequel followed.
Yeah, it doesn't.
All right,
say
it doesn't
if he
necessarily
was-
say if he wrote it or not.
Let's just assume he did.
Let's assume he did.
Good for you, buddy, for pulling more bullshit out of that bullshitter somehow.
So let's get to a bit of synopsis of this movie. I mean, it's not much to
I think we've
explain, but Steven Seagal is a cook on a
probably
Battleship
a shitty
Missouri.
cook.
I mean, did you see some of that soup, that consomme, whatever the fuck they were making?
Yeah,
It looked like
It's
ranch style beans without the beans in there. It's just the juice.
just
you know?
bean juice and
It was
dog
bean
shit.
juice. That did not look
Disgusting.
appetizing at all.
At least until fucking
Gary
Gary
Busey
Busey goes
spits
and
in
yeah, seasoning.
Ooh,
there you go.
It's got the Busey juice.
The Busey juice.
I think it's the Busey juice.
Oh, it's the same thing. No, so it's Bussy Abusey, potato.
Yeah.
So
You say Busey, I say Busey.
Abusey,
A Busey.
Abusey. Gross.
So he's a cook on the Battleship Missouri, I believe.
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri.
Sure.
And he is a special cook that's been commissioned by, I guess, the captain because the captain likes him a lot. He thinks he's a good
He makes
good Navy officer.
probably because he only gives him a sandwich and he leaves the rest for.
He's making him birria tacos. Maybe that's why, like.
I mean, whatever Seagal's making, he's gonna take the whole damn buffet. So I don't know. The captain looks real thin, so that's why I was assuming he was just giving him little sandwiches and baby shit.
Regarding him being a cook, I think he's pretty terrible. For one, I just want to go over some of the skills in that area first. There's a scene where he gets locked in the freezer, right? But prior to that, they put pies in the fucking oven.
Yep.
And they look like meringue pies that he's putting in the oven. And I'm just like, why are they putting meringue pies in the fucking oven?
Shouldn't you put those in the fridge?
Yes, the freezer, fridge.
I know something about meringue.
Well, I mean, even in the freezer, how unsanitary is all that shit looking?
Oh, exactly.
There's literally slabs of meat just hanging.
That's probably how he eats his pies. And yeah, the meat too. I mean, isn't that
well, a lot of the food is like not in the proper containers. It's just out in the open because it's a freezer. And the freezer itself doesn't look like it's cold at all. Right? He's sitting in there, not.
Are you suggesting that it's not taking place in a real freezer?
Right? I am suggesting that. Yes.
Bullshit. I don't believe this. Seagal would never fake something like that. He would always keep it 100% authentic. I expect better from you, Ray, when you see the sequel.
Right, and he didn't even show like any sort of bit of a hypothermia going on.
Nope. In fact,
he was in there for a while too.
Was he? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, it wasn't enough apparently.
But he also didn't show any sense of like him being cold. You know, like if someone's cold,
I think he was doing like this a little bit. No, or I forget.
No. I mean, at some point he just yelled twice.
Hey,
get my pies out of the oven.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
That's the only thing that was on his mind. Other than
the important thing,
trying to convince the officer or the private outside to let him out.
Yeah. I don't know.
But why did he end up in there in the first place? Because he punched Gary.
Well, yeah, he
Busey.
like donkey punched Gary in his Busey, right in his Busey, and flipped him over a table and ended up getting called an F slur for it. Like, you punch like a sissy or whatever.
Right.
F slur. And okay, way to go,
This
buddy.
was early 90s.
It was hilarious as hell, but also just like, it's not a good recovery.
Right.
How do you, I don't know.
When I hear that in movies now, like, it still kind of hits like a little
different. A little
awkward.
what?
Like, that doesn't sound right at all. It used to be, and we all say it.
Right.
And like, now it's just like, it's just weird.
But it's also Gary Busey too, so I'm like, the lovable creep.
Yeah.
And you love to see one asshole take down another asshole.
Speaking of Gary Busey, just a little side note here. There was one time I happened to come across him on TBN.
Oh, I was going to say, like, you met him in person. I was going to ask, he didn't touch you inappropriate, does he? Because he does that.
You know TBN, the Trinity Broadcast Network, a very Christian network.
No,
he was on there with that lady that's very like makeup out and stuff like that. Like this was after. Those people that committed fraud and stuff like that. But he was on there, and you could tell they were real nervous with him on there because at some point he said this, and you could see him. All their assholes like clench up. He says, in his very Gary Busey way, he goes, "You know what sober means, or you know what sober stands for?" And they're all like, "No, Gary, what?" He goes, "Son of a beep." He says that. Like, he says the beep. He goes, "Everything's real." Those big ass teeth coming out. And they were all like, you could see him just like all clenched assholes. It was hilarious.
Those goddamn terrifying teeth of his.
Him being on there made me nervous, right?
He's gonna bite your fucking face off with those goddamn teeth. Every time he whips them out, you're like, don't eat me. I want to live.
And I mean, it's not far off from his son, Jake Busey.
Yeah, who is
got the same teeth?
Yeah,
but
he seems to be.
He seems normal.
He seems normal, just not those fucking. You can tell. You can't see the relation at all. I'm gonna lead with.
You would think they'd be like brothers or something, but no, that's those teeth are
father and son.
Those are son teeth.
That's genetics, baby. The power of.
So the reason Tommy Lee Jones is on there and along with the caterers and stuff, because they're throwing the Captain A Surprise birthday party, which is a front that Gary Busey coordinated. Right. That way Tommy Lee Jones can come on there and they can take hold of the Tomahawk missiles?
Yeah,
nuclear missiles? Because they want to sell them on the black market.
Right.
Tommy Lee Jones is bitter after serving.
Being despooked.
Well, he was. They tried to kill him because he went kind of AWOL.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that.
Oh.
And he killed the people that came to kill him.
Whoa.
There's this whole like minor backstory where Tommy Lee Jones is trying to fake being
you're trying to
a revolutionary.
Snuff me out, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Very Two-Faced like.
Yeah. Now it's your turn.
You tried to kill me, you son of a bitch.
Right. Now you see how it feels.
Get ready for the revolution.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
yeah. Doesn't he do like an air guitar solo or something at one point too in the movie? I forget. Like there's something like real stupid.
Well, I was wondering to myself when the band was actually playing initially. Was he playing the harmonica or was he just faking it the whole time? Or was he really a good harmonica player?
That's a good question.
Did he just have the mic in front of the harmonica to make it?
I don't want to give Tommy Lee Jones any credit though, just like on principle.
Can I ask you a question? I mean, do you like Tommy Lee Jones as an actor?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
As a person,
he was kind of an asshole.
Yeah, eat shit and whatever.
I've heard rumors, and I don't know how true this is, and I haven't really gone online to kind of verify this. Is that he's actually from here, the Rio Grande Valley?
Yeah,
and that he has a house in Westaco. Have you heard that too?
Yeah, mostly everybody says that he's from the area.
We're just trying to fucking claim famous people, just deliberately. We have Valenta Rodriguez from.
Yeah. There's fucking the Freddie Fender. Chris Christopherson.
From
Browntown.
Motherfucker, too. He's from Brownsville, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. And the other guy that did, is it Bill Haley? He was from Harlingen, Rock Around the Clock.
I forget, but I think, probably.
I'm pretty sure there's many others from the valley that we don't really know of.
They're around. Oh, but those are a few.
This was a comedian that Cristela Alonso, I believe her name is. She is also from Far, I believe.
No, yeah, so.
But yeah, so I mean.
He still sucks.
Yeah, I mean.
As a person.
I mean, I wish.
He's like a fucking asshole.
His artistic endeavors would. And how good he is as an actor would
I've translated
over to like being just
him as a person.
But he's old.
Yeah.
He's grumpy.
Whatever. Yeah.
What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yep, exactly. Most of them are, at this point, pretty damn crotchety. So it's fine. So Erica Eleniak. I mean, Jordan Tate. That is definitely not a stripper name at all.
Well, she's in Playboy. She was in Playboy in real life. Along with almost every other Baywatch babe.
Woo! No.
Yes, absolutely.
Bullshit. I don't believe you. Which Playboy? There are so many.
I need to verify this immediately.
What year, Ray? There are so many years. Is Playboy still a thing?
Wouldn't you have to just type in her name and the pictures would just pop up?
Probably.
Assuming you have a safe search off on your fucking Google.
You mean bitch search? Which I would never, Ray. That is disgusting. How could you even? How long have we known each other? And you would even suggest that I will put on some sissification, like safe search.
I don't know what kind of person you are.
Bullshit. More bullshit. I've had enough of your sass, Ray. You're not even one beer in. Control yourself. Yep, that's her. Yep, still looking like. What's her name from? From the whatever whatnot remake.
The Hillbilly.
Yeah, that. I don't know why I was thinking.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, actually, quite a few times. It's a pretty cool movie. You mean the remake, right? Not the original.
Right, the one with one of our icons.
Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton does not come on in that movie. Oh, yeah, she does.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, shut up, right? Fuck you. Yeah, she does, like, to do a duet. Or she sings to fucking Jed Clampett. I got you.
Jed Clampett, Ray? I assume that's who you're referring to.
I'm referring to Jim Varney, right?
To Jim, a motherfucking Varney. Being awesome.
The man from the Wolvers, right?
Oh no, he is in a picture with her. Oh, he's got the fucking goatee. Ooh, that was later.
Yeah, this is.
Ooh, it's more recent. I feel bad.
I would say it's about like
10 years ago, maybe.
It could be like 10 years ago.
15
Yeah, maybe.
years.
Nah, 15. No, I would say probably like let's say 8 to 10 years
Seagal,
ago.
I want to say is like mid
8 to 10 years
so
ago.
2010s and up. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, see, this is I was thinking like maybe someone photoshopped her next to him because.
Are you shitting me? He does cons.
Oh no! Does he? That would be.
Did he do an Under Siege con? Would you take a picture with fucking Steven Seagal?
Yeah, and then I would.
You're like, can you hop keto me into oblivion, please?
Fuck no! He'd did sever my brainstem, right?
Dude, he'd probably just slap the shit out of you.
Yeah. if I'm lucky, he'd just knock some of my teeth out.
So just to get back to the synopsis, or like just what goes on in the movie, basically,
Gary Busey,
he gets foiled, right? They get
psychologically attacks everyone when he dresses in drag.
I'm fucking psychologically
and
fucked.
Goes in there and just scars you, and completely, throws the captain, off his guard because he's not expecting any of that, and just boom, murders him, right?
But that's what's funny is that it was the fact that Gary Busey was doing this whole shtick of like trying to like destroy and sell fucking nuclear weapons was because he got a bad review on his performance.
Oh, did he? Somebody
review.
Left him a bad it was like.
Well, it was the captain. He actually after he kills
the military equivalent of like a shitty Yelp review.
Well, after he kills the captain, he literally goes through his files and tells Tommy Lee Jones,
"Yeah,
you see what I have to deal with." And then he goes. It basically says that he's getting more violent and not cooperating with his men, and that the captain recommends a psych evaluation, and then as Gary Busey looks at Tommy Lee Jones with the pantyhose on his head, with lipstick and the cigar in his mouth, with the fake tits on. Says, "Do I look like I need a psych evaluation?" And of course, Tommy Lee Jones says, "No." Was that supposed to be like the comic relief portion of it?
I mean, yeah. What?
I didn't laugh.
You? I felt there was some laughs in there.
I felt it was supposed to be, but I mean, Gary Busey. Oh man, Gary Busey in this movie made me cringe a lot just by his acting, and he made me feel awkward. Like just being in the same room with the TV screen and Gary Busey on the screen makes me feel awkward.
I can see that.
He seems like a fucking creep. Although I think he does a superb job as the villain in Lethal Weapon.
He does a good job as a villain, period, but that's also because he's kind of a creep in real life, apparently.
But I would say in Lethal Weapon, he doesn't speak much. He's kind of just a henchman until like he fights Mel Gibson at the end.
Well, Gary Busey does a lot with
crazy against crazy. Like
fucking, it's all in his face to begin with.
All in his teeth.
Yes, it's powerful. The powerful emotion conveyed from his fucking crazy ass moose teeth.
His moose teeth, yeah.
I don't really know how to properly describe them.
He looks like
iconic.
He looks like he has had fake teeth his entire life. Like he deliberately got rid of the old ones and just put some like
exactly like the ones
some really fucking wild ass veneers or like just some dentures in his fucking mouth that were just way too big.
Well, did his son do the same thing?
Apparently. How do you think he's gonna break into Hollywood?
They just go to the same dentist then.
Maybe they have maybe there's a Busey dentist out there and he's like, we need to keep the family teeth going.
It's like another.
And you all
cousin.
came with some like normal ass teeth. We need to put your
the
cartoon.
He's like it's got to make no sense. He's going to be like one of their cousins, and he's also going to have those crazy teeth, but they're going to be.
Can you
natural.
imagine if it's the same teeth they had when he was a kid? They pulled out all the baby teeth. As soon as the baby teeth are gone, they just clip those fucking big ones and like
snap them out.
They were just walking around with the biggest overbite.
Yeah,
like it was almost cartoonish.
Almost. I mean, it still is. Looking at those fucking things, if you can't like not. There is no other Busey like Busey.
There's no other Busey like Busey.
Yeah.
There's no Bussy like Bussy.
Yeah. Those teeth are eternal. We'll see if the son has his own kids or something later. Maybe. And we'll have to wait.
I will say this.
Who knows?
Steven Seagal didn't do much fighting in this movie. Like I thought he would do more fighting.
He sort of sneaks around a lot.
Yeah, he sneaks around. He's hiding. He uses guns. Let's talk about his Steven Seagal and his skills wielding a knife,
where he's
shooting some guns. We already talked about his cooking. That's kind of sketchy.
He only uses the biggest knives as well to fight with.
No, he had that small ass fucking knife.
The one that was a throwing knife. Those can't be big. You got to throw them right.
But he uses.
But when he fights with his knives, they're huge and thick.
Not in this movie.
Oh yes, they are, Ray. You're just relative to the other knives that people pull on him.
Relative to the knife that he fights Tommy Lee Jones with in that knife battle.
Oh well, Tommy Lee Jones.
It's a tiny ass knife.
Tommy Lee Jones has a kitchen knife. He has a bitch knife. Whilst
can we stop for a second and like look at the knife that he's wielding in that fucking scene, because that ain't a big knife. Yeah,
sure.
And he ain't fucking Crocodile Dundee.
Let's see.
This bitch, right?
Let's see.
He doesn't have a machete.
Is it a real knife?
He doesn't have a machete like Mark Dacascos and fucking Only the Strong, right? They're not doing a Silverio like capoeira dance with knives.
Breaks down the knife scene, and now that's another bullshit. Nope. Oh, damn it. We're back here again. Back to Cake Surprise. Why? How does this keep happening? I don't understand.
On YouTube, you're not going to see shit.
I mean, I see enough, don't we? Yeah, who cares? You can't waddle around. Sneaky.
I mean, that's nice.
Yep. No, I'm just trying to prove a theory here. Oh, hey.
Oh, what? What the fuck? It's on YouTube? What the fuck?
Probably not anymore because somebody narked.
Wait, what? What the fuck?
Somebody is going to ruin this for the rest of us. I had to prove you wrong, and
I'm sorry. I thought YouTube's TOS was a little bit more stricter than that.
Oh, it depends.
Or they just like, who gives a fuck?
It's slipped through the cracks.
It's just fucking Under Siege. Who cares?
It's Under Siege. Oh my god, leave it alone.
Oh, and I know that chaos and bedlam are consuming the entire world. UV light waves are only the beginning, Tom. We have an inch of topsoil left.
What are you
Gary
planning
Busey
to
laughing in the background.
You realize, Tom, that whatever I do is inevitable. Can we agree on that?
This motherfucking he's fucking Thanos over here and shit.
With me here,
yeah.
Negotiate or attempt any chicken.
I mean, he's got the same kind of face. He's just painted purple.
Your entire philosophy.
All right.
Craggy ass, ugly douchebags.
Movement. It moves a certain distance, then it stops. You see?
He's philosophical, bro.
You tried to kill me, you son of a bitch. So welcome to the revolution.
That's the part right there.
I'll stay in touch.
That's the part. Kill me, you son of a bitch.
I like that little triple across the throat means.
So Steven Seagal wielding a knife.
Looking for it.
Well, what would you rate him like on that?
Oh, on
nonsense?
this, I mean the like half a second that he actually moves it around and how they replay that and reverse it.
Well, we did kind of a mock knife fight regarding the Time Cop scene in Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh yeah,
and how they have a certain movement.
Yeah,
and this one.
It's kind of
there's
something
a bunch
like
of
that.
well, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of jump cuts. So like, yeah, they jump into the camera.
They do this,
and they kind of move.
They do like the Aikido,
they move
but it's really fast into the side.
And you hold the knife close so you don't cut yourself.
Yeah. But then they still somehow cut each other. I don't know how the fuck that works. I still think. Here we go. Here's one. I still think. And I'm going to preface this that I submit. Tommy Lee Jones cuts his own fucking wrist in this goddamn thing. It's not actually.
He's like, truce.
It ain't fucking Ryback.
Truce.
There's the double fucking shot. That actually looks kind of cool, except he's doing his ass eyes squint and.
Yeah, he still doesn't know how to shoot back then. I thought.
No.
Right here, and this is the knife scene.
Yeah, the high kick from off the screen.
Look at that. Look. He's got a butcher knife, right? Tommy Lee Jones. Look at that small ass knife that he has.
Oh.
Right. See?
Wow. I still say, it's just relative to Tommy Lee Jones being crazy. Coming at him with a kitchen knife.
Look at him. This is what it comes down to? That's what it comes down to? Look at that shit.
Yeah. I don't know why he lets go of the knife when he bites into it, but that's what happens. That was cool, though. I don't understand why like a lot of the voices they were dubbed in. He didn't actually say those. It just sounds fucking weird. Or maybe it's just shit audio. Period. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's not the best.
It is not.
It'd being replayed on YouTube.
Oh man, I should just play that cake scene again. What am I talking about? What were we talking about now?
I don't think you remember half the movie, Roland. You just want to talk about the cake scene.
I might.
What kind of cake was it?
There is no cake, Ray. The cake is a lie.
Oh, yeah? Why is it a lie?
Because there's more important things than cake in this movie, Ray.
Speaking of which, I want to ask you.
Ah, shit.
I want to ask you. The scene of her going in to get changed, he gives her the pills, obviously roofies probably. Mm-hmm. And then she wakes up. Did she panic and just get into the cake?
No, I think like she got into the cake and then passed the hell out, sort of thing. I don't know.
Oh, so she got into the cake first?
Yeah, because I think that was supposed to be the whole bit. Like she, changed into whatever the hell that.
And then just waited in the cake.
And yeah, and then like the roofies kicked in or something. I mean, the little I know about what any of that was about, and she just kind of like whoa, snaps out of it and immediately goes into stripper mode or whatever.
I didn't even think about that. I was under the impression she passed out
and then in the dressing room. She started panic stripping.
And then she like she woke up. We didn't see this, and then she like gets into the cake. I don't know how she got into the cake.
Oh, yeah.
And then presses play on the music.
Oh,
and then fucking starts doing her whole thing.
Ray, come on. Makes way more sense my way, and it's funnier too that she just like passed out in the cake after she did her changing thing. And then like she like starts panic stripping when she wakes up for a second, like, oh, what's going on? Oh shit, I'm doing this titty time.
Mind you, she's doing it blindfold. No, I'm not blindfold. Her eyes are just closed.
Yeah, she's looking
like
down.
She just like, I'm so nervous. I'm just gonna fucking
maybe
shimmying
I don't
my hips
know.
And stuff,
So she starts panic stripping.
But let me ask you a question. Was the music playing, or like did someone push play?
I think there was like a radio,
like a timer
built into that stripper cake. It's probably the whole.
Now
thing
we're just giving it too much credit.
We could be, Ray. We could be. I mean, we don't need to. We just need to focus on what's important.
And what would that be?
Not the cake. Obviously. So, where were we in the story?
Well, we're talking specifically about Steven Seagal's skills with the knife.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
And how dog shit they are.
Doesn't he do some like million punches shit in the end? I think when he's
dude, it's the equivalent of someone like people that don't know how to fight, and they're just
getting manhandled by somebody that
thing, and they move the camera like coming in and out to make it look like it's doing some
it's the action energy cam that he pretty much just kept using for the rest of the 20 years or whatever the hell.
We all believed it, hook, line, and sinker. Like everyone who saw this movie was like,
I mean, yeah,
look at that shit. He's so good.
This was before the internet, Ray, was a thing. People didn't know. They weren't going to read about this shit in books. What's wrong with you?
Magazines?
Fucking nerd.
Well, maybe Steven Seagal wasn't like...
Steven Seagal hates fans like you.
Steven Seagal was like
on a nerd.
Aikido Weekly or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. He should have read about me in Aikido Weekly. Loser. Instead, he's what was this like? Did he find me in the dictionary? Where the A for awesome is my face. Is that how you learned who I was?
Absolutely, yeah.
Loser. You must not be this nerdy to meet me right here, and this is you.
This motherfucker, the fight scenes in this fucking movie,
just like superimpose Seagal's face.
No, fuck that. The fight scenes in this fucking movie is like, I tried to look a little bit closer to see what like Steven Seagal was trying or attempting to do on camera, but it literally ended up just this. Told you, the knife doing this thing as he backs up.
Yeah,
and then at some point or another, he's doing this thing. He's doing that shit.
He does that in a couple of movies, actually.
Right, but it's supposed to make him look like he's doing something really cool.
Machine gun speed bag punches. Instead, he's doing like a cat playing with a toy or some shit.
He's doing the dog paddle.
The dog paddle.
He's doing dog.
He's doing the drowning doggy paddle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
struggling dog paddle. Like he's literally just doing it so fast.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to swim.
And the other person doesn't know what's happening, and they're just like this. And that is
art. That's right. The art of Aikido. The art of Bullshiddo, as the kids say.
But Steven Seagal's weapons, the guns that he uses. I did take note about that one scene as well.
He's really good with bullets and
whenever
guns.
He's doing this fucking shit.
With with the submachine guns, doing and his face is he's always doing the stink face stuff.
Like it's completely unnecessary for him to do that.
Yeah, but he's always like to this day done like the weird like stink face.
But whenever we did our reaction and we pointed out the fact that he does a lot of like non aiming shooting.
Yeah,
I saw that a lot here too.
Where he's just
he's just running around and just going like,
we'll point the gun at you, Ray. Don't move, Ray. Don't, Ray. Well, let me try again.
Like he's like doing his lame ass running
himself.
And it's just like.
No, actually, he'd be sliding.
Shooting off camera.
Yeah. I mean, that's where his kicks come from. It's always just like there's, hold on.
He never kicks.
I would just go like right over here and go, wah. Not quite, but I'd say it's a pretty fair reenactment.
I mean, it's pretty accurate. I mean, because most of it is a stunt double.
Yes.
If I'm gonna believe that Steven Seagal is actually kicking,
he's got a stunt double for his hair and a stunt double for his stunts.
He's
got a hair double, or a triple, probably a triple. I don't know. It keeps changing. We need to make a video or something of like the different progressions of the Seagal like neck, back, hair combo. Evolution.
What are those characters in Doctor Who that have no neck?
They got no neck.
Rax, is it Thorax or
I forget.
Drax or some shit like that? I don't know.
No,
but it's that one character that has like a giant head.
I think I remember.
And he has like no neck and shit. That's what Steven Seagal reminds me of. It's a shorter version of that.
So gross.
Just
I hate those things. Yeah. I was thinking more like Alex Jones. Like if he was
he could be like Alex Jones.
Gremlin. Yeah. Gremlin Jones
with more painted on hair.
Yeah,
more painted on.
I hated those characters.
Hair.
They're so gross. They're supposed to be cool, but it's also just like no, you look like a ball sack without a spine. I don't get it.
And another instance of this movie of a lot of it is complimentary to Steven Seagal's character.
Always,
probably also to Steven Seagal. Also,
he's always the best.
I do want to bring these up. Because I was like talking about like how they compliment him. He's a really good cook.
Mm-hmm.
He's smarter because you remember when I don't know if you remember this, but there's a point where the guy who's the tech for Tommy Lee Jones and he's like running the radar shit.
Yeah.
And they kill all the power in the submarine or in the ship. The guy goes, what happens when you fix it? He's like, whoa, whoever did this is smarter than me. Yeah. I was like, really? And of course, Tommy Jones is gonna like threaten to kill him until he fixes it. He does, but he had to say that he's smarter, right? He's a really good guy, right? Because he saves people. He's selfless.
Yep.
He's really funny because at the end of the movie,
they forgot to say his penis is huge.
Well, I mean, they didn't say that.
They didn't. It should have been like, oh yeah, his cock's
well, you're
thick,
gonna assume that later on off screen.
When he bangs, right?
What's Jordan Tate here?
Yeah.
He's really funny. Remember, the whole ship fucking laughs whenever it's at the end of the movie.
The thing Seagal is least known for, and one of his creepiest goddamn features, is his fucking smile.
The doctor tells him that he needs to go to the, I guess, whatever, the infirmary.
Yeah.
And he's like, they need to give him like a shot or something. He's like, well, doctor, I don't like needles. The whole fucking place laughs. And then that's when that cue ball guy shows up and is like,
does he do his fucking weird hyena
Seagal
face? Yeah.
No, he just smiles like, oh
yeah. But he's got, it's so weird though. It's like
Well,
I can't do that face.
That's
this fucking painful to
him
watch.
being really funny is gonna lead into him being really good with the ladies, because obviously he makes a joke that cue ball guy comes in and says, "Hey Casey, you got some moves to show me?" And he's like, "I got a move for you." And then he gives that girl a kiss, which is awkward as fuck.
Gross.
And
after
the kiss, she's like this, like nervously smiling. I'm like, oh my god.
She's like rethinking if they paid her enough for that.
Yeah.
I hope that she got that scene in one fucking take. God damn it! No, I know she didn't.
You know, Steven Seagal.
No, she didn't.
Kissing, sex scenes, multiple times.
He's
like,
like,
the right
wait,
angles, the right tongue.
Wait, my wiener wasn't out. Hold on. Zip. This is one of those movies, kids.
How did do you remember how Gary Busey dies in this movie?
No, actually, I don't. I was trying to remember that.
You know what's funny is that like I didn't remember when I watched it the first time. I must have missed it.
Doesn't he get onto the other sub and gets blown up? He gets on the sub
and gets blown up.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just like, when did Gary Busey die? And when I was watching it for the second time, he gets blown up.
Yeah.
And I was wanting a fight between him and Seagal.
Another
like
one?
Where,
another beatdown?
Where Seagal like breaks one of his bones.
And Busey's just like, F slur, F slur, F slur. Come on, F slur.
No. I want Gary Busey to scream like, I wanted to hear that. You know,
we should make that happen. We should just take a clip of that scene and instead, right before he blows up, you just from something else of him going. Wah!
I think he did that in Lethal Weapon.
And then tint it green, and he could be the Green Goblin or some shit from fucking Spider-Man.
Tommy Lee Jones obviously gets stabbed in the head. His eye gets gouged out.
Yeah,
stabbed in the head,
and then just into fucking thrown into
like the.
Through
TV.
A glass plate.
Not really glass plate. It's like a radar screen.
Yeah, I was going to say the display on the computer console or whatever. But yeah, that's actually one of the more like brutal, awesome ends to the fight scene, and it's actually just like a bonus that it's Tommy Lee Jones. Right. Seeing him like, oh, I fucked him up. Okay.
Well, hey. It's also funny that it's blatantly obvious that it's a doll.
Yeah. Is it
the
Ray?
Color is completely off too. He's like gray color.
Yeah, he's already dead before he gets just smushed in with. Yeah, no, come on. I thought that was otherwise very convincing.
Did you really?
Oh, I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be. I was like, God damn it! Why don't
that's
you?
A cool death, you know?
Yeah, use the real thing. Don't be a pussy.
You know they did it a lot better in Ninja 3 Domination. When they stab the fucking ninja on the head and he goes, and then he fucking spins
and pulls into the ground. Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah, because it's a whole fucking sword and there's a goddamn ninjas. It's not Seagal with his little fucking
it's a mystical ninja.
Butter knife. You know, I take it back about that whole argument. That knife that he uses this one is the one that the villain uses in Under Siege 2. And that's why I was making fun of that before, because in that fucking movie, Seagal pulls out his goddamn it's a knife fucking thing towards the end. And maybe that was a dig on Under Siege 1. And like they used the knife from the first one. He's like, look at this pussy shit. You use this in the fucking sequel while I fucking get my machete or whatever.
I'm almost certain maybe he like saw that scene and was like, I need a bigger knife.
Yeah. You know what? Use the last knife that I had here. Mine is going to be.
I mean, we can only assume the notes that Steven Seagal has in any of his movies and shit that ended up on the screen.
More boobs.
Make it like 10 seconds longer where she shows her boobs. Can I have a sex scene with her?
Double the catering.
You know, like I feel like a movie like this would have warranted just a random ass sex scene between Seagal and the girl if they weren't so
I'm very glad.
It wasn't so high stakes.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I'm very glad this didn't, even though I was about to say, they didn't have a strip club in this, but they did the opposite. They brought the stripper to them.
If they were in hiding instead at any point, like if they had to hide for a while,
oh man,
you guarantee the fucking was gonna happen.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it didn't happen. You know, and also probably those other two assholes would have been, Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey wouldn't have let it happen. They would be like, no, the only way you're having a sex scene is if we all do together. And Busey would be like, yeah, I'm down.
You know, I used to get him Gary Busey mixed up with Nick Nolte.
I can see that. Yeah,
they kind of have the same.
No, they do. Their whole fucking thing is they're both fucking.
They're whacked.
Fucked in the heads. Yeah,
they're both blonde.
Yeah,
they both have like weird voices or like raspy voices.
Yeah, and they have us like again. It's like if again, I don't know, Christopher Walken had some kind of like mental deficiency or some such. Like that's what those both of those guys remind me of. It's like if Christopher Walken's character in Communion was a person.
Wow.
his act, not the character itself, but was a person. It would be those two fucking idiots. Oh, God damn it.
What do you think of the acting in general in this movie? I thought it was pretty bad.
It was very bad, but like the kind of bad that I would expect from these idiots.
I mean, Gary Busey was very cringe, and so was Tommy Lee Jones. But I feel like them, or even Tommy Lee Jones, doing a movie like this,
set, though. It's mostly where
I think Tommy Lee Jones, just like in Batman Forever, he's just kind of taking a piss out of it because like, he's not taking this role seriously.
No, because
this isn't No Country for Old Men.
Yeah,
you know. He's just like, fuck it, I'm just going to just go for it and hate everybody on the set. You know?
I mean, he just walked in there looking like fucking the proto-father of grunge or some shit with his stupid...
Neil Young?
But isn't Neil Young... I'm talking about an asshole here, Ray. I don't know.
Well, Neil Young is kind of an asshole, too.
Ah, shit.
But I mean, he sings for the people, you know.
Yeah. Well, again, but he's also
look at my life.
But that's a front, just like Tommy Lee Jones in this movie.
He sings for farmers, for God's sakes.
He sings for the revolution, Ray. Totally not
the unions, you know.
Not the greenbacks,
right? I thought the acting was pretty bad, but I mean, again, like we said, it seems pretty.
It's 90s bad, this, which now is
type of film.
Actually pretty good. But yeah, for that time, this is not a good movie. I feel like I want to say, this movie was in theaters, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to remember if I saw it in theaters.
I did not.
I might have.
I say this because this is from what I can remember, this is the first time that I've actually watched it entirely through. I've only seen clips. I may have seen it here and there, but this is probably the first time.
I told you we should have saved this movie. We could have reacted to it. It would have been great.
No.
Son of a bitch.
You've seen it already.
I've seen the fuck out of this movie. It's great.
No, we want to react to things that we've never seen before.
Well, you hadn't, but you know, it's all right. I could have been your Under Siege shaman, Ray, guiding you through.
Well, then we could do that for Under Siege 2. Because you don't want to watch that.
I mean, I do, but I don't want to. I don't want to be a guide for that shit.
But we have an array of Steven Seagal films to watch that we've never seen before.
Oh, we have such sights to show.
Jesus wept.
Amen. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I had wanted to say earlier when we were talking about Seagal's smile that it's like a Cenobite smile where wires are just like pulling his face back and shit. Or he's like Ed in Men in Black when he's like, oh, the skin on your face is falling off. He's like, oh, really? He just pulls it back. Is that better? That's how fucking Seagal looks when he smiles. It's just...
Well, I will say it was, since I'm not used to him seeing him smile.
Yeah.
That beginning scene.
I don't even think he's used to seeing him fucking smile.
Well, that one scene where that cue ball guy comes up and is like, hey, you got some moves, Casey? And then like they put on the music and it's like, I got the power. And then he starts just dancing like really aggressively.
Yeah.
And then the Mexican guy shows up, another Mexican guy from Blood In, Blood Out shows up and they're like doing like this hardcore dancing. The thing is, I thought Seagal was dancing because they only showed their feet. And the thing is, they don't like kind of like ease you into the fact that he backed off and the other guy came in.
No.
So when I saw the feet going, I was like, that cannot be fucking Seagal. It wasn't, obviously, right? But Seagal's in the background just like, oh, look at these minorities, you know?
Oh, they're having so much fun.
Right. I've seen some of these back in Louisiana. The black kid and the Mexican kid.
Southern Seagal strikes again.
Yeah, Southern Seagal strikes again.
Seagal seems like the kind of person that fucking smiles and asks someone like, "Is this what a smile feels like?"
Right.
Kind of thing. What you mean? Look, right?
He's a fucking robot.
Yeah. Well, no, more like just an asshole.
Is he Arnold Schwarzenegger and T like?
Is this what a smile feels like? No.
Now I know why you cry. but it's something I can never do.
Yes. No, he fucking wishes. No, he's just fucked in the face and the head. And,
he's fucked in the face and the head and all that shit.
You know.
Speaking of his physique, I noticed that there's never been a point in time. Right, it's not as round.
You can see it there. He's got a little bit of
There's never been a
roundness.
point in time that I've seen a movie with Seagal where he looks like he actually trained.
Yeah.
To be on camera.
No, he doesn't. He never looks muscular. He just looks like lean and tall, mostly.
I think he's relying too much on his height.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of always been his thing.
Because him wearing he's wearing the muscle shirt, and I was like, his arms don't look defined.
No,
his chest does not look defined.
You know, it's not.
And you could see the remnants of that little belly starting to show up. You know.
Yep. No, he doesn't, and I don't really think he ever did.
Well, see, I think that's reasons why he hates people like Van Damme.
Oh, because
and
they
and Michael J. White, because they actually train to be on camera to look as muscular as possible.
Yeah,
you know, even like
he doesn't need to do that. He can just wear more layers.
Yeah,
so it's all in the outfit.
Layers, exactly.
You know, his shoulders get broader and broader in each movie.
And yeah, you just throw on like a couple of layers.
Movie magic.
Yeah, a couple of layers, and he looks like he's like
a fucking goddamn Thor in Avengers and shit. Yeah, I
would really love to be in like a therapist office whenever Seagal's like talking about like his insecurities and shit.
I hope I'm so like as obligatory. It would be an obligatory man. He'd never confessed anything to a woman. And I was just mostly worried, thinking that it would have to be a woman and like putting up with his Seagaling.
A woman that at some point he'd want to have sex with.
Exactly. And it's like, no, never mind. That wouldn't happen. Again, the logic of he would need to talk to another man. But then it would also be a man, and that's kind of like, I don't know.
Like you couldn't like.
That's kind of like how he punches in Under Siege. So you couldn't do that.
You can't be vulnerable to another man.
Exactly.
If you're like a mega man.
It's already a non-starter.
So he's just repressing everything.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. Like there's no way he's gonna express any of his vulnerabilities. To
I only hope that he
maybe
unleashes all that energy back into his craft. More movies. Just do it. Keep going.
Writing,
keep them coming.
Producing,
keep
directing.
It coming. Just not on the girls, please. Ew. Ew. God
I think we need another like vampire movie.
Or just have like a stunt cock in there, and eventually you'll be like, "What? Did Seagal just take his shirt off?" No.
Right. It's this muscular dude.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be hilarious if they get the muscular guy. They get that, but then when they get a close up of his face,
it's just they're gonna
have
just
that light.
Yeah,
and it's just
his eyes. They're gonna start using the fucking like deep fakes to just put his face on there. Didn't they already do one recently or not too long ago? I think they like superimposed his face over John Wick.
Did they?
Yeah, it was called like Hamwick or something like that, or like I forget. I want to say it was like Hamwick.
Well,
delicious sandwiches.
You got anything else to say about?
No, I mean he has one cool little moment where he tears somebody's throat out and like throws it at someone else.
That's
but
one
like
part I forgot to mention,
never done in any other movie, and like never really replicated either, because it was cool, but it's also like that's what
dumb.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
This isn't Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom.
Just gonna be like,
yeah,
you know, like that's cool, but it's like really. It also looks like he's pinching a grape or something. Like, what is he doing? You know, I don't know.
And why did that guy deserve that?
Right? And why did the other guy deserve to taste it? Open wide.
Steven Seagal is more like a neck breaker. He just breaks necks and fucking walks away.
Yeah, it snaps limbs and throws people on tables.
Yeah,
and
but
shit.
him going just.
Yeah, and then whoosh, think fast.
As
way
far
cooler
as
than he
like a
deserves.
movie, what would this rank in like
in Seagal moviedom?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the tippy top of the top.
Really?
This is Seagal gold, and I think you were gonna say why it wasn't, because you're
right. Because I
logic.
just don't think the story is as good, and then the characters themselves.
The story isn't as good as say what
Hard to Kill.
Oh,
I want a Seagal that like almost gets killed, gets shot up, goes into a coma for like a year or some shit.
Oh, it comes back with that
and then
fucking
comes back extra strong,
ridiculous beard.
Right.
Like, so it's like ass hair.
Yeah, and then has enough time to have sex with.
What's her name?
Is it Katie Seagal? No, it's the lady from Weird Science.
Yeah.
It has enough time to have sex with her, right? And then
woman.
go save his son from a guy who had been actually took his son in to kind of adopt him because he thought his father was dead, only for him to get killed, right? And then he's like, "Oh, your job's done." He dies. But it does have the guy from that plays Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I forget his name though.
Oh, damn it. Yeah,
he's like the main villain in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But and that one has like classic lines in there too. This one didn't have too many classic lines, I don't think.
And that's what makes it good. You don't want Seagal to be speaking too much,
right?
Ever.
But in that one, what does he say? Taking it to the bank, the blood bank. You know, that kind of shit. You know, that's what I want to hear from Seagal. Some like one-liners that I can repeat. I will say
the committee has taken your submission under consideration, Ray, and decided no.
Mind you, I think Hard to Kill is only like
we disagree.
Like 0.2 grades down from this one.
Oh, so you don't think that it's better than Under Siege?
No, I do think it's better than Under Siege, but I'm just saying like the overall IMDb score. Puts this one at the tippity top, and that one's just below.
I guess I would have to agree with IMDb for once. You know, they can't get them all. In fact, 9 out of 10, they're all wrong.
All right, well,
so
agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree that we agree that I agree.
All right, if you did like this podcast, please like and subscribe, rate and review us on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, all those podcast platforms. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave a comment on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's something you can like make a comment on any of those other platforms as well.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
We appreciate you listening.
Heard them all at this point,
and
just keep them coming.
We got more Seagal movies coming your way.
Oh,
so are you excited for that?
Oh, I mean, as excited as anybody can be for Seagal.
Oh, you're real excited.
Yeah. I'm waiting to bring the pain, Ray.
I want to see that vampire one.
Oh, vampires
we'll see that at some point,
with the vertical ass blinking eyes.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.